Yo, what is good YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best possible team in NBA 2K22 MyTEAM, regardless of price, just in general, the team that I would be running right now if the 250K tournament was today. This team was actually very hard to build because there are a lot of really good cards. There's big debates on who I would run at positions such as the backup PG position, how I would run my point guards in general. Some positions are more pretty obvious, I would say, but it is very hard in general to build a team like this right now. And yeah, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 5,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate your support if you haven't already, if you do subscribe. That being said, without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off with the starting PG position, and this was tough, but I'm going with Ben Simmons because I think having his size and defense at the PG position is very valuable. 6'11" with a 7-foot wingspan, so he's got incredible size at PG, hotspots from everywhere. 29 hops include posterizer, catch, limitless sniper, really good playmaking badges, and elite defensive badges across the board. Really good defensive stats as well, which coupled with his size and his badges makes him one of the best, if not probably the best defensive PG in the game, I'd say. 94 speed and excel, 94 shot 3, 95 driving dunk, and 93 steal ball as well. Nice smooth release. Ben Simmons release on quick. While it's not the fastest release in the world, at this point in the year, you definitely do want releases on very quick. I think his size and defense more than makes up for it. Also, his slashing ability is unparalleled at the PG position. Quick dribble style with the Kobe size up and pipping behind the back gives him solid playmaking ability, but he's definitely a secondary playmaker in this lineup. Not going to be your main playmaker because at the 2, we have Mr. Michael Jordan. Invincible MJ is probably the best card in my team right now. I say probably. He's definitely the best card in my team right now. Just a dominant force across the board. 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. Hot spots from everywhere. 99 stats across the board. Badge-wise, absolutely insane as well. When you look at the badges that he doesn't have on Hoff, maybe tight handles and space creator theoretically would be nice to have on Hoff. Stop and go as well. But if you look at the badges he doesn't have, he's incredibly complete. You can add Rise Up as well to him so that he has all 80 badges, but 65 of them are on a Hoff, and basically every single key badge in the game is on that Hall of Fame tier. Michael Jordan released on very quick as well. I've talked about it a ton on this channel. Y'all have probably heard about it a lot on other channels as well. For current gen specifically, it's probably the best release in the game, or at least top 2, because it is basically uncontestable. It's almost impossible to get a contest over 30% on it, which makes basically every shot you shoot with him greenable, which is super nice. He also gets a ridiculous amount of opens and wide opens and greens a ton of lightlies as well. With the quick dribble style, Kyrie size up, Trey escape, and the pivot behind the back, he has some of, if not the best dribble sticks in the entire game as well, which makes getting open with him and his borderline uncontestable release incredibly easy. He is the cheesiest offensive card in the game by far on current gen specifically. Absolutely an amazing option and probably the best primary ball handler in the game as well. As y'all notice, no Luka in the starting lineup. There's not going to be Luka on the bench either. I know that some people on next gen people are probably going to comment below, where's Luka? This is a current gen list and a current gen team. Luka would be starting at PG on the next gen team. There's no doubt about that at all. But I just want to point that out on current gen specifically. I don't think he makes that lineup, and I think that's an important distinction to make for current gen versus next gen. At the 3, we got Invincible Giannis Antetokounmpo, another invincible card, another absolutely amazing option. 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan adds to the size and defense of the squad at small forward. Also hotspots from everywhere. 65 Hoffs. Only Hoffs you'd like to, or gold badges you'd like to see on Hoff theoretically would be like Chef, Limitless spot up, maybe glue hands, tight handles, whatever, but really nothing particularly crucial. Limitless and Chef being on gold honestly is totally fine, especially with the Hoff shooting badges he has, and the fact that he's going to be shooting catch and shoot from the corner most of the time when he is shooting threes. Stats obviously as an invincible are basically perfect. Giannis release on very quick is super smooth, fast, and easy to green as well. An elite release with the shifty dribble style gives him a bit of playmaking ability as well, which is just an extra added bonus for him to have. Obviously the rest of his SIGs aren't amazing, but he doesn't really need it. He's so big, he's so versatile, he's so talented, his stats and badges are so incredible, and obviously Giannis is one of the best, if not the best 1 through 5 defenders in the game as well. Just an incredible all-around card. Pretty easily the starting small forward on this team. At the 4, we're going with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and Kareem is the best power forward in the game, and it's really not a debate. He's 7'2" with a 7'5" wingspan, so he's got incredible, insane size for the power forward position. I think he's the tallest or second tallest power forward in the game. Him and Bol I think are actually the only 2 7-footers, or I guess 7'2" players who can play the power forward position, but Bol's outdated at this point. Obviously, Kareem is not. Hotspots are everywhere. 65 Hoffs. Another card who basically comes with every single key Hoff you'd like. Maybe Chef and a couple playmaking badges could be on Hoff, but in terms of how good he has basically every shooting badge, every single defensive and finishing badge, and most of the key playmaking badges as well on Hall of Fame. Again, invincible stats, 98, 97, 99 across the board, 21 jump, base 21 with jump shot 14 upper is actually very, very smooth. It's a fast, easy to green release. Quick dribble style with the Kobe size up gives him acceptable movement as well at the power forward, especially with his 99 speed. He is an absolutely amazing card. Definitively the best power forward in the game. It's really not a debate. He's insane. This card is amazing. Easily the starting power forward. And then at the 5, we're going with Taco Fall. Again, I don't think this is a surprise. There are a few really good centers in the game, but I do think Taco is the best of the bunch. 7'6" with an 8'4" wingspan makes him just incredibly glitchy on both ends of the court in terms of his size, his lane ability, playing on defense because of his length and his height. In addition to the fact that he's almost unstoppable as a masher off the offensive rebound, or just throw it into the post with him. Go up, you're going to make it 99% of the time. Hot spots from both corners. 34 Hoffs include great finishing and amazing defensive badges. Only Hoff catch and corner in terms of shooting badges, and doesn't have Hoff quick for step or anything, but he does have really amazing defensive stats, especially for his size. 82 speed excel and 3-point shot, while not amazing, is actually really, really good for a card of his size, and his jumper is really good as well. Jump shot 47 on very quick with the Kobe upper is a jumper that I am personally a big fan of. Super smooth and easy to green. The fundamental dribble style with mediocre sigs prevents his movement from being incredible, but he is still incredibly glitchy with his size in terms of his ability to catch the ball, push in transition, move faster than he should, and dunk the ball at an incredible level if you need him to do that as well. He's just incredibly good. Easily, definitely the best center in the game, in my opinion. Absolutely amazing card. At the PG position, this one's going to be debatable. I'm going with DWade because you can't play PG MJ if you're playing the Invincible, and I don't think guys like Penny Hardaway or Luka deserve a spot over Wade. I think Wade is one of the best primary ball handlers in the game, and Invincible Wade is so good, even at only 6'4". Obviously, he is a bit undersized, but he does have hot spots from everywhere. 65 Hoffs, another card that is incredibly complete with his Hall of Fame badges, besides like Hoff tight handles and rim protector, which, I mean, it's not a big deal, especially with how good his stats are as well. 99 across the board. DWade release on very quick is basically base 98 on very quick, which, like I've talked about, is one of my favorite releases in the game, even this year with people not hyping up base 98 as well. I still think it's amazing. Quick dribble style with the Wade size up, Kobe escape, and the pippin behind the back as well. Gives him super good sigs, allows him to be a primary ball handler off the bench, especially with a glitchy release like the ones he has. And I feel like he plays defense better than a 6'4" player with the elite interior badges and stats. The fact that he's got a long wingspan and just has amazing defensive animations, because every year Wade's defensive animations are amazing. He's an absolute beast, and looking at this team, I think he's the best option at the backup PG position. At the backup 2, though, we're going with our lockdown defender, and that's going to be Mr. Kawhi Leonard, or I guess one of our 2 lockdown defenders. Kawhi is incredible, though. 6'7" with a 7'3" wingspan. Hot spots from everywhere. 65 Hoffs, again, as an Invincible, basically complete across the board on Hall of Fame badges in addition to his stats. Ray Allen release on very quick with his upper. For whatever reason, with this upper, the Ray Allen base is almost uncontestable with this specific upper. Kawhi's jump shot, similarly to a guy like MJ, is very hard to contest. It's very fast, very smooth, and easy to green, which just gives him an added bonus as to how good of a card he is. Quick dribble style as well, with the pip behind the back, even though the Kawhi sides of him pro escape aren't incredible, gives him the ability to be a super solid secondary ball handler, especially with the way that his release is, with it being uncontestable. He is an absolutely amazing card. Another very expensive but very elite option in my team. At the backup 3, this is the hardest position in the game, in my personal opinion, to pick who you pick, because you could go with a lot of different guys. You could go Bobby Jones, Fernando Martin, Jonathan Isaac, Rudy Gay, etc. There's other guys you could go with as well, but the one guy that I think I am going to choose is Fernando Martin, because I think he gives you the best versatility in terms of his defense, his shooting, and his playmaking ability, as well as his slashing. He's got great size at 6'9" with a 7'1" wingspan. Hot spots from everywhere. 33 Hoffs include great finishing badges, handles for days, hyperdrive, quick first step, and elite defensive badges across the board on the interior and the perimeter. Obviously, no Hall of Fame shooting badges is annoying. He does need blinders and chef added to him as well, so that is definitely a pain, but his stats are borderline Invincible-esque except for the 3-point shot. But when you get a 3-point shoot and a coach up to that, he's still going to have well into the 90s in his 3-point shooting, and will have every single gold badge that he needs for shooting. Rudy Gay base with Steph upper on very quick as well helps out a lot with that shooting ability, because it's super smooth, super fast, and super easy to green. And the quick dribble style with the Steve Francis size up, Trey escape, and the Pippen behind the back gives him the best playmaking ability of any small forward in the game, bar none, which is absolutely incredible and super valuable as a secondary or tertiary ball handler as well. I think he is the most complete small forward in the game, despite the lack of Hall of Fame shooting badges, and that is why I went with him at the backup small forward position. At the backup power forward, another easy choice. Embiid is pretty definitively, just like Kareem is the best. Embiid is the second best power forward option in the game. 7 foot tall, so he's got great size as well. Maybe not quite the size of Kareem, but still elite. Hot spots from everywhere. 65 hops. Another invincible card. He comes incredibly complete with basically every single badge you could want on him. Same thing with his stats. Jump shot 47 with Levine upper on very quick. Very similar to Taco's release with the same upper. I'm sorry, the same base. The upper's a little different, and I honestly probably prefer Embiid's upper a little bit. I feel like he's a super consistent, smooth jump shooter with the quick dribble style as well. Gives him better playmaking than the majority of power forwards, and his size as well is such an advantage compared to the smaller power forwards that people are running right now, such as a Blake Griffin, a Bob Nedelicki, guys like that. But what puts Kareem and Embiid over the edge compared to your other power forwards options like a Shaq or a Dirk is their elite releases as well, and I really do think that is why they're pretty definitively the 2 best power forwards in the game. And then at the backup center, we're going Yao Ming. Pretty much a no-brainer, just like just like Taco at the starting center is. 7'6" with a 7'9" wingspan, so he's got very similar size to Taco. Not quite the wingspan, but still elite size. Hot spots from everywhere. 29 hops include interior badges, blinders, catch, corner, limitless, and sniper, as well as bullet passer, and really good defensive badges. Defensive stats and rebounding are also amazing. He is a little slow, 77 speed and excel, but on a 7'6" player, it doesn't really matter that much. He's not going to be dribbling, which is why his ball handle rating being low doesn't matter. He just catches the ball and goes up or shoots the ball at a high level and defends absolutely incredibly with his length, size, interior defense, rebounding, things like that. He's one of the most versatile and best defensive cards in the game. And what he does have going for him over Taco is the fact that he has those Hall of Fame shooting badges, the higher 3-point rating, and jump shot that is super smooth and easy to green as well. I'm super consistent within the catch and shoot with Yao. I think he's an absolutely amazing card as well. Similarly to Taco, not much of a playmaker, but it's just not necessary when his role is either to catch and shoot or catch and mash on the offensive end of the court, and then plays absolutely elite defense while being one of the best rebounders and interior players in the game. I think Taco and Yao are pretty definitively the 2 best centers in the game, and I think Yao is the perfect guy at the backup center. So, like I said, there are some changes you could make at the backup PG position. You could throw in guys like Penny and Wade. You could even, for example, I should say Penny and Luka. You could even run the point guard Jordan with Kawhi at the 2 and run Ben Simmons off the bench with Michael Finley. You could replace Fernando Martin with Rudy Gay, Jonathan Isaac, guys like that. There's a lot of versatility and things you can change about this team, but for me personally, I think this is the best team that you could build right now in my team. And if I was going into 250, especially with just base cards, these are the base cards that I would be running right now, and this is the team that I would build. So hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.